Oh, I'm back. Sorry, y'all. I apologize. My mother stopped by. Okay. So the first half is basically the other way. So if you're watching this post live, um, you'll probably just have to watch them like two separate recaps. So I did all of the other way in the last like 37, 8 minutes in the first one. This is part two. We're doing before the 90 days catch up, which is basically just last Sunday's episode. Because I did do a recorded and edited recap of the previous Sunday's episode. It's up on my channel. Check it out. Subscribe, like, all that good stuff. Okay, so I was talking about Angela and Michael before I got so really interrupted by my mother, the woman who gave birth to me. And I was just basically saying that Angela is manipulative and she's controlling. Yeah, she's controlling Michael. Michael has no job. Michael's not allowed to work so that he can be on the phone with Angela. Or I guess so that anytime that she calls him, he can answer, or so that she will know where he is at. But that almost seems counterintuitive because if he's not working, I feel like he could just be loose in the streets. He said he doesn't go out much. He's always at home and he doesn't really do a lot. But there's no, like, if a man gonna cheat on you, he gonna cheat on you, Angela. So you telling him he can't work and doing all this stuff to try to control him, it's not, if a man wants to cheat, he will find a way. No matter what rules you put in place, no matter what policies you have in your relationship, no matter how many tabs you keep on him, he's going to do it. So if you feel you can't trust him, then maybe you shouldn't be with this man. But having him not work is kind of ridiculous. And it's a little foolish, but that's their relationship. And then Angela gets to Nigeria, and they're super excited. I mean, they're a weird couple. Oh, I know what I was talking about before I left about their sex life. That's what I was just about to start talking about because she bought all the things. She bought him American flag underwear with Trump's face on the crotch part, which I'm like, that's got to be defacing the flag, right? Like, if there's any like law that you're breaking, you got to be breaking one at this point because that's disgusting. She, had all the sex toys, and her daughter's like, ew, I don't want to see this. But they have a very spicy sex life, unlike Laura and Aladdin. They're the May December romance that I guess they get it in. I'm gonna stop talking about this because I'm grossing myself out. But yeah, I don't necessarily dislike Angela and Michael together, but I don't really like them together either. So I don't know how to feel. I don't know how to feel. I don't like that Michael loves Donald Trump. That's first thing. He's clearly only with her so that he can get to America. So there's no love there. I think they like each other. I think it's fun, but I think that Michael is secretly miserable with her. And I think that when he looks at the camera, he's like crying out for help. He's like, please help me, somebody. Please. This lady's crazy. And I think Angela knows that he's with her so that he can get to America. And she's like, okay, that's fine, but you're going to do what I say. She's like, okay, cool. I'll help you get a green card. Sure. But we're going to do it my way. You're going to do everything I tell you. You want this money every month? If you want this green card, you're going to do as I say. And I think he's like, it's like borderline. I hate to use the word abusive because I feel like it's used way too loosely in cases where it's not needed. But I'm like, he's like a poor little abused child. Like, I don't know. Send help for Michael. Okay. That's basically it for them. She's in Nigeria now. And then somebody tried to like put some spikes down. I think it was like Wah explained it in her recap when I watched it, and she was like, they put spikes in the road, and then they're like, oh, if you want us to move, you have to pay money. And Michael's like, not today, Satan. And he like jumped out of the car, and Angel's about it. She jumped out the car too. I mean, she ride or die. Give her that. Because my little black behind would have been in that car. I would not have left the vehicle. So, hey, Angela about that life. I was like, get him, girl. She jumped out that car like a pit bull. All right, that's it for Angela Michael. Anybody else got anything to say? Somebody said Angela's the pants. Agreed. I think we all agree on Angela Michael. Tim and Jennifer are next. I think I'm smiling because I think Tim and Jennifer's segments on last week's episode were my favorite out of everybody. Jennifer, this girl, This girl. So the first thing that Tim did right was, after him and Jennifer kind of got into a fight over the ex. He had like so many gifts for her. He had like all the Fashion Nova clothes, like the whole Cardi B line was in his suitcase, and he just like rained down clothes on her. Ooh, about to spill my water. Rained down clothes and gifts on her and Violeta. And she was like, okay, I'm not mad anymore. She was like, hey, Fashion Nova. I mean, whatever. So basically, Tim is a sugar daddy. Jennifer is not attracted to Tim. Tim is not super attractive. I said in my last recap that he's like almost cute, but he's like cute from the neck up. Like when you look at his body, two things. First, in his confessionals, does anybody else see that he looks shrunken? He looks small, like a little, like almost like a little person, but not quite. Like, those little people who are like, they're a little person, but they're like almost average height. Like they're like 5 foot, which is like not, I know regular people I have friends who are like 4'10". They're not, they don't have, but it's like, it's something in their genes that makes them look like a little person. I don't know. He looks little in his confessionals. Then when I saw him later, like after their little dinner date in the hotel, when he had his little like tank top and shorts and stuff, pajamas on, he has zero muscle tone. Like I've dated guys who were thin, and I could still see like their biceps and their back, and like they had the veins in their forearm. Oh, let me stop, because I love that. You got some veins in your forearms? Just come here. Anyway, yeah, Tim was like smooth. Like I had more of a bicep than he did, and I was like, you have muscles? Like, is there muscle in there? Tim, somebody said that Tim is a girl. Tim's not a girl. Tim is a man. I've seen this on Twitter where people are like, I think he's transitioning. No, he's not. This man is not transitioning. He's a man who is just very feminine. Like, he's effeminate. He's metro. He's a metrosexual. He is a man who just doesn't do the quote unquote manly things. He doesn't like doing manual labor. Probably not that into sports. Probably doesn't want to do things that are outdoors. Probably doesn't like physical exercise or extending himself in any way. He probably couldn't run. It's just not him, So they went out to dinner. He put on like this 3-piece suit. It was a lot. It was a lot for dinner, but that's his thing. And I'm like, all right, boy, do you? And Jennifer says she liked his style. She admitted in her confessional that he wasn't, she's not physically attracted, like he's not her type physically, but he's a nice man and he's a family man, and that's what she needs. Basically, Jennifer's at the point in her life where she's been there, done that. She already married some guy. She probably married the hot guy, the guy that she was sexually attracted to, who she thought ticked all the boxes, and then he treated her like garbage. And then now that she's been burned and has a baby to take care of, she's like, all right, I got to play this smarter. Instead of going after all the superficial things I went after in the first place when I married my last husband, is he sexy? Does he like to work with his hands? Can he, beat up somebody? Now she's looking at the things that women in their 30s look for, which is not abs and a pretty smile, which, I mean, that's great if that's what you can find, but we're more so concerned with, how's your financial situation? How are you going to help me raise my daughter? How are you going to take care of me? She's just doing grown woman things, which means that physical attraction kind of takes a back seat, and that's okay, So she admits that, and then she tells Tim that, he has to come, you have to come meet my dad and my brothers. And of course, these are the ones who taught her how to box. So I'm nervous. I'm nervous for Tim. I'm nervous. And, apparently her dad owns like a farm, and she's like, my parents and my family like men who work with their hands. And Tim's like, and then the camera zooms in on that full acrylic set, baby. That full set of clear gel nail polish. I don't know if he did the S&S dip or if it was UV light gel, but baby, it was thick. It was shiny. It was shellacked on his nail. Like, it was a lot. And it was like beyond just a man who is very manicured. You know, like I groom, I go get manicures because men go get manicures. And, you know, of course, they might get the like buff, you know, where they buff them to where they have like that little shine. He had a full clear coat. Like this man slid his hands under a UV light. Had to. That gel was so thick and shiny. And that to me just was a testament to how not the man that she wants him to be he is. He is not that. You know, he even said himself like I'm not the type to get my hands dirty. And she was like, because you are a pussy. When I tell y'all the way I screamed when that girl, and she said it like it was nothing. Like, I think that it was a little lost in translation because I don't think that in her culture, that might not be as disrespectful as it is in ours. Because she said it to him without blinking and kept eating her salad like it was nothing. Because you are a pussy. And Tim just took it like a champ, just on the chin. He was like, not a pussy. I mean, I was like, Tim, defend yourself. Y'all was weak. Okay. Anyway, I'm taking too much time on them. So anyway, God, it was so fun. It was just because you are a pussy. Anyway, sorry. Oh, it's like my favorite. Like and then with her accent, I don't know, just all the things. Oh my God, so funny. Anyway, so yeah, he tried to defend himself poorly. It was pitiful. Anyway, so yeah, they get back to the apartment. He asked her to stay, and I was like, okay, Tim, I'm about to put the moves on her, and the moves were gold under eye patches. I actually was excited because y'all know how I feel about skincare. And I was like, if I went back to a guy's apartment and he wanted to do skincare instead of trying to have sex with me, I would be like, let's get married. You care about my skin? You, man, care about how I look? You care about my skin and my wellness? Ah, that's not gay to me. Like, ain't nothing wrong with that. Man can wear a face mask. I don't think that's gay. Now the full set on his nails is that's a little much, but I don't think that him putting the under eye patches under her eyes, I thought it was cute. I would have been like, that would have been so fun to me. I would have been like, yeah, let's put eye patches on together. Like I would have been excited. She was not impressed. She was like, so you do this every day or what? He was like, I mean, yeah, pretty much every day. And she was like, I think she and Larissa said this once before too. She was like, Latin men are so like, oh, all over you. And she was like, Tim's not that. And that's what she's used to. And so Tim being standoffish, it's like she thinks that he's like being a punk or something when really he's just trying to treat her like a gentleman. And ignore that alarm. So I really think that these guys, like Tom and Tim, they're both playing this wrong because they're not telling the women that I'm treating you like a lady. I want to take it slow with you because I want this to last. So I'm not going to try to sleep with you on this first trip. I'm going to respect you and I'm going to respect your body. Like they need to sit down and have that conversation so that the women can know, oh, when he invites me back to the apartment and doesn't try to have sex with me, it's not because he's not attracted to me. It's not because I'm being rejected. It's not to make me feel insecure about myself. It's because he's trying to respect me. And if you have that conversation before you get back to the apartment, so the girl already knows he's not going to try nothing, then she's not going to be like, why didn't he try anything? Oh my God, I put these pajamas on. Does he not think I'm sexy? I must not look good. Does my breast stink? Like, what am I musty? Like, what's wrong? Why didn't he try anything? I've had that happen. I've had like a guy come over and like us like chill and then he didn't try anything and I didn't understand because it's like the way you were talking. It's the same thing with Darcy, which I'll talk about that when I get to her. But the way you were talking to me on the phone made it seem like you were ready to go. And then as soon as you get here, now all of a sudden it's like, you don't want me? Like, I think Jennifer's just used to romance, like very like, oh my gosh, I love you, baby, you're so sexy, like those Latin men. And Tim's just not that. He needs to like explain himself before he loses her. But yeah, he didn't try anything, which I respect it. Like, I respect that Tim doesn't want to try anything with Jennifer, but he does want them to spend time together and like cuddle and stuff. And like, that's fine, but he needs to express that to her so she doesn't feel like this dude whack. Like, he got me in here and he ain't even, I done scooched the booty on him and everything. He ain't even want nothing. So I feel like he just needs to do a better job of explaining his intentions beforehand, because it's just a ball of confusion now. Ball of confusion. Okay. That's it for them. Yeah. Caesar. Oh my God. Caesar's literally next on my list. Somebody said Caesar in all caps, and Caesar is the next person. If a man is not trying to jump in them, they think something is wrong. Yeah. Not every girl, but I can kind of see how it would be misconstrued if y'all are having basically phone sex. Y'all know what I'm talking about. We're not children here. There's no kids in this room. All right, let's get real. We're adults. Y'all know how you be talking to them dudes and them ladies on your phone. You know how you be texting, saying what you gonna do, and all this and that. Girl, if I was there, I would. Girl, if you was here, I would. And then when I get here, well, you want to pick a movie on Netflix, or what you? Now I'm confused, because on that phone, you weren't saying that. So that's all, you know. And I feel like they probably are talking like that. So I get it. I don't blame the woman, and I don't blame the guy either. It's just a miscommunication. That's all I'm saying. And same thing for Tom and Darcy, but we'll get to them in a minute. Okay, Caesar. Yeah, nothing happened. He couldn't make eye contact. I think the girl is beautiful. I think he's nervous. I think I like Tim. I like Tim as a sugar daddy. You know what I mean? Like, Tim is what he knows what he is. That's why he brought all them gifts. He sent her pictures of his Ferrari. He knows he's a sugar daddy. You know, Tim looks 12. I think he's small. I don't know. I think is he a little person? Anyway, I like Tim because Tim knows what he is. He ain't like Colt, where he's bringing some girl and you know she won't need a sugar daddy and want a sugar daddy, and you know, ain't willing to do it. I liked him. He's cool with me. Anyway, Caesar. Nothing happened. Nothing gonna happen. I'm just happy Caesar is enjoying himself in Mexico. Enjoy your vacation, baby boy. Please do, because you're gonna be there, but you may as well enjoy it, because this is gonna be a solo vacation. Enjoy yourself. I mean, they had some little producer scenes with him jumping in the pool. And did y'all see when he was getting ready to go and he like did that little dance in the mirror? Caesar is weird. And then I just saw today, oh my God, in my Facebook group, somebody shared a screenshot of, I don't know how old the post was. It was like one of his Facebook posts. And it was like, daddy's just doing what daddy gotta do, chasing that white chocolate. Or something like, it was something very derogatory toward white women, talking about, I guess, how he only likes white women. It was gross, y'all. It was like, when I read it, I was like, my mouth was hanging open. I was like, you're disgusting. Caesar's weird. And then he finally got his luggage right. And so he shows us the chocolate panties and the gummy panties. Listen. It never ceases to amaze me how men don't understand how women's bodies work. Like, men love to brag about what they can do to a woman and how I be doing it. I mean, you don't even understand how our bodies work. Because if you're buying somebody some chocolate that is a yeast infection waiting to happen. You can't put sugar and chocolate down there. You trying to kill me? You gonna have me itching all up and through Mexico? No, guys in this live or who are watching this later, don't you ever buy your woman no chocolate, gummy, sugary, none of that panties. All right? If you want to go down and taste of the garden, if you can't handle the taste, you need to grow up. We don't need nothing else down there. Don't put no honey, chocolate, nothing to change the taste. You man up and you go down there and you eat it, eat that sushi. Au natural. Y'all trying to kill us out here. Got us using all kind of stuff. Got us out here confused, thinking there's something wrong with us. We using all kind of perfumes and scent. Y'all got us messed up. Men, women cannot put scents and sugar down there. Get over it. Vaginas have a taste and a smell. Sorry. That's basically it for Caesar. That was my sexual lecture for the day. No, but for real, like that's nasty. You cannot. Like it just never ceases to amaze me how men just don't understand us. Y'all just don't. Y'all think you can just put anything down there? Y'all think you can put chocolate? No. Go see your doctor. Then Caesar goes and talks to this family that they set up. It was all fake. You know, they were like, you're not getting catfish. Oh. And Caesar's like, oh, look at her. She's beautiful. Like showing a picture. I don't care. I don't care. Maria's not coming. I stand by my statement from last week. Maria's not coming. Next. That's it. I done gave y'all a sexual lecture and told you Maria's not coming again. I think I'm done with Caesar. Ziad and Rebecca are next. Nothing really happened with them, for real. I mean, they had a little conversation about how he got mad, and she was being dumb. She was being dumb. She should have just wore something else. That shirt was ugly anyway. But yeah, they had a conversation, and they're going to his family's hometown to see his family, and he wanted her to wear the traditional Tunisian woman's clothes, and she looked terrible in them. She looked awful. But he thought she looked beautiful, and if my man was from a country and I put an outfit on and I felt like I looked like trash, but I came out and he said, "Oh, girl, work. Yes, baby." I would have been like, "Okay, well, apparently it's supposed to look like, I don't know what Tunisians wear. You know what a woman should look like, so I trust your opinion over mine," and I would have just wore it. She looked crazy. And you know what was weird to me was how she had on the traditional Tunisian clothes, but he had on like a t-shirt and jeans. Like, I would have been like, "Where your outfit? You're not gonna have me look stupid by myself. Put your outfit. I want the hat with the tassel and the pointy shoes and everything. If I'm gonna look like a Tunisian, you're gonna look like one too." I don't know if that was a setup by producers. I don't know why only she had it on. I don't know if it was like that American in a different world who doesn't know what to do. You know how they do, like try to make it seem like it's so hard to conform. And I don't know. Only other thing was that he didn't want her to tell his family about them sleeping in the same bedroom, having sex, him smoking or drinking. Because he apparently, I was like, ooh, this is like my life 10 years ago. Like, hey. Don't tell my mom I was at that party, and don't tell her I was with this boy and I stayed at his house. Okay. But yeah, that's it for Tia and Rebecca. Did I say Laura again? I don't know why my brain, y'all, did y'all see my recap last week where I kept calling Rebecca Laura? I didn't even edit it. I was just like, forget it. It was too much to edit. I kept calling that lady doggone Laura. I feel bad. Anyway. Okay, Ben and Akini are next. Ben and Akini. Ben and Akini. Oh yeah, Submit is, yeah, I talked about Submit and Jenny. It's probably processing still, but go watch the 90-day live part, the first part that I did, and I talked about the other way, all those people. Ben and Akini, y'all, I felt so bad for Ben this last week's episode. Akini, first of all, Akini's big secret wasn't even no secret. She just told him that he's not staying in his Airbnb and he's staying with her brother so he can keep an eye on him. Which I'm like, okay, but then you have to reserve an Airbnb and like pay money. So who paid? Where's his money? I don't know. Who's gonna pay Ben back is what I want to know. How's Ben get his money back for the Airbnb? Anyway, they get to the brother's house and Ben's like, dang, we going now? I thought I could at least take a shower or something, put some water in my little baby hairs. He didn't get to do nothing. That boy showed up musty off the plane. I was like, Akini set him up for the failure. So he gets there and there's like a house full of women and then her brother. And she said like, this is my sister, my sister-in-law, my sister-in-law, my sister-in-law, my cousin, and the lady of the house. What kind of family dynamic? Sis, sister-in-law, sister. We met the sister. Sister-in-law, sister-in-law, cousin, lady of the house. So I'm like, do you have other brothers? And these are their wives and they're just not here? Why wouldn't the brothers also come? Are they at work? Akini's family dynamic confused me. I was like, okay, so the lady of the house was pregnant, so I'm guessing that's the brother's wife, and then it was like a bunch of other sister-in-laws. I'm like, maybe she has other brothers, and those are their wives, and then the sister and a cousin, and they all like sit down at this. They were like a little army. They were like ready to grill Ben. Like they sat down together. It was like literally in Coming to America when like the Soul Glow family was there. It was just like scary. And I was scared for Ben because I'm like, first of all, white people don't even come to this neighborhood, this town, this part of the country. And you're in these folks' house. And I could feel the judgment in their eyes. Like I could feel the judgment of Ben in the room. And like, they're like, tell us about yourself. And he's like, I had to have a speech prepared. He was not ready. Akini didn't tell him anything. Akini just brought this man into the lion's den and left him there. They devoured him. Her family ate him alive. He was like, I'm from Phoenix, Arizona. It was like, he kept laughing. You could tell his nervous laughter, but it was like the whitest laugh. And he was like so white. Like it was like the whitest white man ever to come. Like, oh, poor Ben. He's so white. He was like, oh, Phoenix. It's desert, hot, kind of like here. I was like, Ben, stop talking. Shut up. Don't say nothing else to these folks. Just sit and listen. So then, the wives all disperse and the cousin and sister. And then it's just like Ben and the brother. And the brother is scary. Like, he scares me. Like, I was a little nervous. Like, I was like, please don't hurt me, sir. Like, he commands authority. You know what I mean? Like, he's just like, you can tell he's like the head of the household because he's just like covered in like authority and like intimidation, but not in like a scary, I'm gonna like beat you up way, just in like I'm just not with your bullcrap. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but he just had an energy that made me afraid of him. He reminded me of my dad. My dad's like that. Like, my dad has that same energy. He don't say much. He not loud, but he ain't the one. Like, that's how Akini's brother, his name's Fidel, not Castro. And he was just like, yes, we have to see how you are with our sister. And if you are able to take care of her. And I was like, it was like, I was dead silent through that whole scene. I was just listening to Fidel talk because it was like, shh, Fidel's talking. Nobody talk while he's talking. Shh, be quiet. Fidel is speaking. Okay, go ahead, Fidel. Like, that's how I was. And he was like, is your wife alive? Or you were married before? Is she alive? I was like, oh no, she's still alive. What does that mean? Does that mean he can't marry Akini? Because, like, he's not a widower? Like, is it, like, literally death do us part? Like, they don't believe in divorce? Like, divorce don't mean nothing. You still got a wife. Because he said wife. He didn't say ex-wife. And he was like, she's still alive. And he was like, see, that is tricky. You need to get your house in order. And when he said you need to get your house in order, I got up and started cleaning. I was like, shh. Let me get my house in order. Because Fidel told me I need to get my house in order. That man is intimidating. Like, whoo. I got up and started sweeping and singing a Negro spiritual. I was scared. And then he ain't bringing no gift. Ben was just 0 for 3. 0 for 3. He didn't have no introduction speech. He didn't have no gift. And his wife's still alive. 3 strikes. Let's pray for Ben. I don't know if they're going to let Ben marry Akini. He ain't going to have enough coin to take care of her. He ain't had no gift. Why did she tell me I had to have a gift? Did he know he needed a gift? Is that something cultural? I don't know, but Tim showed up with gifts. So he should have known. He was like, I didn't have time. Boy, I know you sat at that airport terminal for an hour. You had time to get us something. All right, Avery and Omar, there's really nothing to say. The whole drama with him not getting the shik and that was fake. All that was fake. All that whole first part was fake. And I'm gonna tell you how I know it's fake because that girl had on two different hijabs in the same scene. She went from having on like a gold hijab, and the only reason I normally don't pay attention to wardrobe switches, I miss them because I'm like focused on what the people are saying. But the only reason I noticed it was because I was admiring the gold one that she had on. I was like, "Ooh, that's a pretty one she got on today." And then halfway through the scene, it switched, and she had on like a floral one. I was like, "Hold up!" I had to back it up. She had on two different ones. I was like, y'all think y'all slick TLC. It just seemed fake because it was to drum up drama and be like, does Omar really love me because he didn't plan? That's a man. Ain't no man planning for no wedding. He probably called him once. That is a man. Like men don't. Let me not say men as a blanket because I know somebody gonna jump in the comments and be like, I or my husband. I mean, in general, men are not planners like women are. In general, women are the planners. I know there are exceptions to both rules, but in general, men don't plan. So, um, yeah, for her to expect Omar to like be like hunting down someone, and then all they had to do was go down there, and the priest was like, "Can you be here on Monday at 2? Like, we can have somebody come." And like Omar's like, "I don't think that we can just walk in and ask somebody to marry us." And Avery's mom was like, "Well, let's just go down there and try. Like, let's just try." And they go down there, and Avery's mom has to cover her whole face and body. And then the guy's like, "Somebody will be here on Monday. Is that cool with y'all?" And they were like, "Yeah, it's fine, great." And it was like it was resolved so easily. I'm like, this was fake. I don't want to get out of here. Avery's like, "I don't know if Omar loves me because he doesn't really want to plan the wedding. Like, he's a man. He ain't like he ain't think about that. He gotta go to work." Anyway, I didn't hold that against Omar. I don't think that that means he doesn't love Avery. I think that he's just a 24-year-old man. He's like, you want me to call people and plans? He like, I called them. What do you want me to do? Like, I called the number I had, and then I'm in a war-torn country. I'm in Syria. Like, you want me to call to Lebanon and see? Like, he didn't know what to do. I don't think Omar knew how to do it. So he tried. He did his best. Then Avery and Omar had a discussion about how Avery's going to sneak over to Syria and live with him without telling her mom, or she's going to tell her mom after they get married. And Omar's like, "Usually you want to come over here?" And Avery's like, "Yeah, I don't want to be away from you for that long. Can you be away from me for that long?" He's like, "I mean, I guess not." But I think that Omar doesn't want to bring Avery there because he knows that it's going to be hard for her. And I think he knows that she's not going to stay. Like, he's like, "You're not going to live there. Please, girl, stop it." So, because she's super Americanized. Like, she was asking dumb questions. Is there makeup and shit? Girl, makeup? You running for your life. You worry about some doggone Huda Beauty? Anyway, that's it for Avery and Omar. Last couple. Last couple. I gotta go. I'm late for this party, y'all. Like, my mom threw me off. I'm late for my friend's birthday party. Which I'm always late for social events. Always. It's so bad. I try not to be, but I am always late. Anyway, Darcy and Tom. Darcy and Tom played cricket. Darcy alluded to sex again. Darcy asked Tom how he felt about her. And Tom basically just crushed all her hopes and dreams. Tom told Darcy that he feels like she's not genuine because she's so over the top all the time. And she's not. She's not genuine. It's not genuine. Tom hit the nail on the head. Tom was like, I can't tell if you're for real because you're like, it's like we're walking down the aisle. It's like we're getting like always everything is like on 20. And it's like, can you just be real? Can you just be normal? Like, can we just have a normal conversation, interaction? Like, Tom just wants her to be real. And she's not. She's being a character in a romantic comedy. And Tom's like, is this you? Or who am I meeting? Tom's confused. So, yeah, this not gonna work. Oh, and then the other thing was, she wanted to cancel the trip to, where were they going? Turks and Caicos? No, some some island. Some island, some pretty tropical place. And instead she wants to go to Albania, Gran Canaria, thank you. Gran Canaria Islands, which is beautiful. So I've heard. I've never seen it or picture, but I can Google it. Anyway, I'm sure it's beautiful. It's tropical, and that's where they were supposed to go to just get away and get to know each other. And she's like, "Can we not do that and go to Albania so I can show you off to my sister and her fiance? I mean, so that you can meet my sister and her fiance." Like that's all it is. It's a competition. Like Darcy wants to show Stacy that look, I have a man too. She doesn't want to go meet Stacy and her fiance alone because she's gonna be the third wheel and she can't handle that. So she basically twists Tom's arm, and Tom's like, I don't really like to cancel plans, but okay. I mean, sure, we can go to Albania. And he's like, I mean, I think of Albania, I think communist country, but. And he's like, do you know anything about Albania? And she's like, yeah, it's beautiful. Like, Darcy, you don't know nothing about Albania. Shut up. You don't know anything. You ain't even looked up nothing that's going on in Albania or nothing. You don't know what they eat. You don't know what's over there to go see. Hush. So yeah, they're going to Albania. It's just because it's so stupid because she's only going to show him off to her sister, and they're not even a couple, which makes it even worse. Her and Tom are not together. Like what? Oh, Darce. But yeah, basically what I was saying with Tim and Jennifer is the same thing with Tom. Tom is trying to be a gentleman. And he's like, oh, I just want to, take it slow. I don't want to. And Darcy keeps like being like, are we going to like do it ever? And he needs to just sit down and have a conversation with her. Not when they're in the bedroom, not when they're getting ready to go to sleep, away from the bedroom altogether, like at dinner, in a non-sexual environment. And just tell her, hey, I don't know what you're expecting on this trip, but I don't want to I don't want to cross the physical boundaries because I think we should get to know each other first, or whatever. I'm trying to teach you like I'm trying to do something different than I've done in my past relationships. I want to see if this can really work. Whatever XYZ reason, he needs to tell her that before they get to the bedroom. So she can stop talking about sex and feeling so insecure. I mean, she shouldn't feel insecure, but she is. It's just a fact. She's feeling insecure. And he needs to explain himself so that she can stop being like, well, how do you feel about me? Because she thinks that he doesn't like her because he doesn't want to have sex with her. And that's not necessarily the case. I don't think that the reason like him not wanting to have sex with her is not because he doesn't like her. I mean, he doesn't like her. But I think that he had already planned to not have sex with her before he even met her, like before she even came. So he needs to tell her that. Tim too. Tim and Tom both need to explain themselves because their girls are feeling real insecure because they're both beautiful and they're used to men probably being all over them. So it's odd if a guy doesn't want that, and he hasn't told me that he didn't plan on it. Now I'm like, dang, I'm ugly. So I see it. I get it. But I still hate Darcy. Even though I'm kind of on her side right now. That doggone cricket game was something else, wasn't it? Wickets and he was throwing that ball at her full speed. So I was like, you could have tossed her a little underhand, little softball. He was throwing that ball at Darcy. He was not playing with her. All right, I think that's it. That's it, guys. Sorry for the split live. I meant to do it all at once, but gosh, y'all, my mama just be popping up at my house. I swear. She's like, I just came over to do something real quick. I'm like, all right, mom. Fine. Any last words? Yeah, it's my friend's birthday. It's like chill. Like we're just going to her house and like eating and like hanging out, but still, I'm late. I'm already late. And she lives far from me. It's not close. It's like a 20-minute drive, 25 minutes. Which is far to me. Most people, that's like how long it takes them to get to work. Okay. So, I will enjoy the party. You guys, 90 Day Fiance Before the 90 Days comes on tonight in about 30 minutes or so, 45 minutes. Thank you. DC did I say that right? Thank you. Yeah. So I am gonna go brush my teeth and get on out of here. But I enjoyed y'all. Y'all are awesome. If you like this live or you like anything that I do on this channel, go ahead and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so that you can be notified next time I go live. Because you never know. I'll just be popping on here. And like this video. If you haven't already, go back and watch. If you popped in on this one, there's a whole first like 40 minutes of The Other Way that I just did. So go to my channel and find that, watch it, like it also. Um, yeah. So guys, we'll enjoy the episode tonight. I probably won't be live tweeting, just because I'll be at the party. But should be back as usual tomorrow night for The Other Way, live tweeting and everything on Twitter at Nikki P Tweets, NICHI_P_tweets. If you don't follow me on Twitter, go ahead and do that. Twitter be live. All right, I really have to go. So I love y'all. And oh, somebody said recap Love After Lockup, y'all. I ain't even been watching Love After Lockup, so I'm sorry. I've just been really big. It's too many. It's too much. It's a lot of shows on right now. But anyway, I love y'all, and I'll see y'all on the next one. Bye.